What happens when you're playing a song and the key is either too low or too high for your voice? You can certainly transpose the key by playing other chords, or if you're playing bar chords, you can also slide those shapes around too. We've learned that in this DVD. Now, the problem with this is if you're going for that open sound, you're not going to have it if you try those bar chords. Even if you play open chords, the song may not have the same quality that you want. Some guitarists think that it's cheating to use a capo, myself included, for many years. What many of us fail to notice is that the texture of the chords change when you do use a capo. The timbre, the strings change because the scale length of the guitar is now being shortened. So if you want to experiment with these different types of sounds and textures, you might want to consider getting yourself a capo. I actually enjoy using a capo when I'm playing with a vocalist. If I have the option of transposing the chords to a different key or using a capo, I'd say about maybe half the time I'll use the capo if I think it'll add a nice contrast to what I'm doing. Now, there are different styles of capos that you can choose from. A capo with a roller under and on the back of the neck will allow you to change keys very quickly during a song. Now, this option is really popular with Irish music, so the player can keep a drone on the bass strings. There are others that simply use spring tension to leave it in place, and there's a newer design which is a partial capo. It gives the player control over which strings are clamped down. If you're into trying different tunings, you can simply clamp, for example, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th strings at the 2nd fret for DADGAD tuning, which is really popular. Here I'm going to demonstrate using a spring tension capo at the 4th fret to transpose a chord progression in G to B flat. I'm also going to apply some fingerstyle technique with the capo placed at the 5th fret, placing me in the key of F. Now, the chords I'm using are simple open chords that have already been covered in this DVD. Real simple. Finally, the last example demonstrates how you can use a partial capo technique. I have strings 6 through 3 clamped, and the 1st and 2nd strings are left open, and you'll hear the timbre is noticeably different, and the tension of the strings are much higher, and it feels different as you play through these different examples. So hopefully these short demonstrations will inspire you to want to try a capo and experiment with the many possibilities that are out there for you. I'm going to start with this chord progression in G, playing in open position, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the capo and play the same chord progression in B flat. And now I'll take the capo, put it right behind the 4th fret. And now what I'll be doing is playing the G up here in the 6th and 7th fret. Let's do that one slower. like the sound of the guitar with the capo, I highly encourage you to go out, get a capo, and when you get home, get a cup of coffee, play some chords or some chord progressions that you already know, and move them up the fingerboard. Slap the capo on any fret and see what kind of sound you get. You'll find that you might approach the chords a little differently, and the new sounds that you create will probably inspire some new song ideas as well. Experimenting with the capo can also lead to new tuning ideas, and the new songwriting ideas, if you're into songwriting, are fantastic. You'll come up with a lot more ideas than you probably would have without the capo. Good luck.